What can never make perfect those who draw near? The law. In what is there a reminder of sins every year? These sacrifices. What is it impossible for the blood of bulls and goats to take away? Sins. When did Christ say, "Sacrifices and offerings you have not desired"? When he came into the world. What was prepared for Christ? A body. According to Hebrews 10:6, in what have you taken no pleasure? Burnt offerings and sin offerings. What has God neither desired nor taken pleasure in? Sacrifices and offerings and burnt offerings and sin offerings. According to what are sacrifices and offerings and burnt offerings and sin offerings offered? The law. Through what will we have been sanctified once for all? The offering of the body of Jesus Christ. Who stands daily at his service? Every priest. What does every priest repeatedly offer? The same sacrifices. What can the same sacrifices offered repeatedly never do? Take away sins. What had Christ offered for all time? A single sacrifice for sins. When did Christ sit down at the right hand of God? When he had offered for all time a single sacrifice for sins. Who should be made a footstool for his feet? His enemies. According to Hebrews 10:16, what will the Lord put on their hearts and write on their minds? His laws. Who will remember their sins and their lawless deeds no more? The Lord. When is there no longer any offering for sin, where there is forgiveness? By what do we have confidence to enter the holy places? The blood of Jesus. What is the curtain? His flesh. What do we have over the house of God? A great priest. With what should we draw near? A true heart. What should we do in full assurance? Draw near. What are sprinkled clean from an evil conscience? Our hearts. With what are our bodies washed? Pure water. To what should we hold fast without wavering? The confession of our hope. What is he who promised? Faithful. According to Hebrews 10:24, what should be considered? How to stir up one another to love and good works. What should we not neglect? To meet together. Who should we encourage? One another. What if we go on sinning deliberately after receiving the knowledge of the truth? There no longer remains a sacrifice for sins. Who is outraged by the one who has trampled underfoot the Son of God and has profaned the blood of the covenant by which he was sanctified? The Spirit of grace. Who will judge his people? The Lord. According to Hebrews 10:32, what are you to recall? The former days when, after you were enlightened, you endured a hard struggle with sufferings. To what were you sometimes publicly exposed? Reproach and affliction. On whom did you have compassion? Those in prison. What did you joyfully accept? The plundering of your property. Why did you joyfully accept the plundering of your property? Since you knew that you yourself had a better possession, an abiding one. What are you not to throw away? Your confidence. What has a great reward? Your confidence. Of what do you have need? Endurance. When may you receive what is promised? When you have done the will of God. When will the coming one come and not delay? Yet a little while. By what shall my righteous one live? Faith. What do those who have faith preserve? Their souls.